It is time. It's Chris here from Baker's Models. Welcome to my channel if you're new, and welcome back to my subscribers as we head straight into the new year. Now there's a warning first. I'm filming downstairs in my office, my man cave, and it's raining outside, but my kids and my dog are bailed up inside, so they're going to make a lot of noise, so you'll hear them running around in the background. So I apologise for that from the start, can't be helped. It's the holidays. Alright, if you watched my end of year review, I stated that this year was going to be all about big builds, like this one, okay? And if I only get this one finished by the end of 2021, I'm going to be extremely happy. This is Academy's 1/48 scale CH-53E Super Stallion, aka the Hurricane Maker, aka the Super you know what, in 1/48 scale. Now if you're not familiar with this kit, it's long out of production. You can't get it. They come up on eBay occasionally for a lot of money. I got this a while ago, I'll go into that later. Yeah, this is basically older tool style Academy before they really up their game, like with the new Viper, which I've started to build. And yeah, I've had this now for this kit for well over 4 years. I was going through my photos and I went, oh my god, I've got photos from 2016 when I first got it. I've only been modeling for 6 or 7 years, so this is one of the first kits that I saw and I went, oh, I've got to have this, I've got to build it. It's such a huge project. So I've always been afraid of tackling it, and it's a huge beast. Even in 1/48 scale, it's very long. It's, you know, here's my hands. I think it's almost 60 centimeters long with the rotor on, and you know, it's a big, complicated build. And it's not a Tamiya kit. It's not Airfix, so it's not rubbish. But it's not Tamiya. It's not going to fall together. So yeah, it's complicated to build. It's an intimidating kit. It's going to be even more intimidating, I think, if you really want to go for a quality finish, because painting and weathering it is just going to be whoa. You can't get a much more dirtier weathered aircraft in modern aviation than the Super Stallion. So yeah, I think I'm up to it now. I think I can go into it. So this is going to be my first build of 2021. I've literally cleared everything off the bench. There's nothing here. I've put away all my previous work in progress. I've chucked it in the cupboard, or in one of my display cabinets. I'm not touching them. I'm getting full on into this, and yeah, it's all ahead, full steam. So if in this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over my plans for the kit. I'm going to show you what I've already done. I've done a little bit, my ideas, what I intend to do, and how I'm going to share this build with you guys here on the channel. So let's dive into the box. Let's look inside the box. Yes, I've taken everything out because this kit leads itself to sub-assemblies. So what I've done is all the major parts and all their associated parts, because sometimes they're on different sprues, I've rebagged them all. So you've got the main, the rotors and the main rotor head, the sponsons. There's one side, as you can see, I've already started to put a bit of photo etch on that one. Here's the other one. Okay, there's quite a bit here. You got the engines and exhausts. And you can see I've got a bit of resin here. I'll talk about Aftermarket in a minute. We've got the back gate, which I've already started to prime and got a few pieces on there. I did a rivet test on that, which again I'll talk about soon. The tail is, you know, in of itself is a kit. What's this? Oh, that's some of the external parts. So they've got to be put on this other Aftermarket. We've got cockpit parts, which have to be done with some. I've got some crew figures, and then I've got 2 mast sets. That's the canopy. So let's have a quick look through that. Before we get into that, I really want to talk about the fuselage. Here are the 2 major external fuselage parts, and as you can see, as the light catches it and I've run my finger over it, you've got some panel lines and they're actually really crisp. You've got some really nice panels and so forth here. But the problem is it's smooth as a baboon's bottom. If you look at any pictures, and I'll put a few up here, of the Stallion, the Super Stallion, it's festooned. I love that word. I'll say it again. It's festooned with rivets. They're everywhere. They're bloody everywhere. You know, on the side, on the tail here, on the bottom. I haven't got the bottom piece here. They're just everywhere. It's the nature of the construction of the thing. Now, unlike their Academy's new tools, this is their new tool Viper, which I'm slowly putting together. run my finger over it. This is, okay, this is 1/35 scale, but they've got some lovely, very petite, and actually in 1/48 that would be the right size, raised rivets everywhere. Okay, so I'll bet you by the time I finish building this one, Academy will retool the CH-53 and come out with raised rivets. So yeah, I'll just fly that off. Waka 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 waka. I'm going to add rivets. Where are the parts, Chris? Where have you put them? Here they are. They're buried under everything else. So yeah, I tried the HGW ones, and I put a test up on the critique group, and one of the other chaps who's actually built, I think he's built the Minesweeper version of this, he said to me, mate, the HGW just not good enough. I tried it, he was right, so I painted up for the Archer ones. It's cost a fair bit of money, but it's the right thing to do. Hopefully I've got enough. Hopefully I'm not going to run out. I mean, that looks like a lot. It could take, I don't know how long it's going to take to do that, but that's one major part of this project that's real intimidating, but I need to do it. It has to be done because it's one of the defining aspects of this aircraft is its riveted construction, and also leads me into something else, and that's its stressed skin, particularly in the back here. Okay, down here I'll put some photos up. Every single one I've seen has layers of stressed skin here on the back, and also around near the side doors and in other areas. And at least in this area, I'm gonna have a stab at it. I'm gonna have a try at doing that. I recently just got this the Micromont, the Proxon 60, and I got some polishing pads. I've got all the tools. There's no I don't need to get anything else. So what I might do is halfway through, I'll do a segue, sideways build. I'll grab something else, a Spitfire or something off the shelf, and I'll have at it. I'll get out the curved blades, and I'll cut up, and I'll try to do some stress skin, because you know that's one of the things I'm really looking forward to doing with this build. Now I'm not going to take out all the parts. There are reviews online for this kit. Just suffice to say that, like I said, there's a lot of different parts. In some of these I've added the aftermarket, some of them I haven't. I will show. I took quite a few photos recently comparing some of the kit parts to the aftermarket. So I might do that while I'm talking these ones. So here's the tail, which unfortunately, I think you could see that where I've started to cut open. You need to replace quite a bit of the open panels, which they've just, Academy have molded as mesh, solid mesh. They need to be cut open. So there's that. The fuel sponsons, they also will need rivets. So I stopped here after putting on some very simple raised panels and fuel access bits. And the wheel wells. Yes, I'm going to do wheel wells. It's going to be wheels up. No, wheels down, but not. I'll explain in a minute. Yeah, look, I'm just going to put photos up and show you the aftermarket, and we'll go through that in a second. Since the kit came out, there's been a steady stream of aftermarket available. In fact, the most recent only just came out last year, and these are these wonderful, amazing resi kit parts from Ukraine, and just absolutely amazing. I mean, it really, when these came out, these really sort of reignited my thing of, oh, I've really got to do this, because you know, I'll show some pictures in it up there. I'm speechless, but the quality of the rotor, of the tail rotor and the main rotor, are amazing. I've also got the inflight refueling boom in here somewhere. Let me have a look. Here it is. So yeah, I've got the inflight boom as well, which has got the lines molded on. I'll add a bit more detail to that, but yeah, there's so much aftermarket for this kit. It's not funny. I've got the Wolfpack update, which has got all the ECM bits and bobs that you've got to put, plus the exhausts, and I've already put them with the engine sub-assemblies. They look fairly simple, just resin pieces to put in. Yeah, and we got the full big AdWide set. So I got the exterior, which I've already started on. It's mainly just adding a bit of weight to panels and so forth, and a bit more rivet detail. We've got the interior, which we've got some cockpit panels and so forth. Oop. Sorry about the light problems there. And what's this one? The cargo seatbelts. I don't intend really to detail up the interior cargo section, because you don't really see much of it for what I've got planned to do, but I might put them in anyway just to satisfy my needs. Last one, a couple of barrels for the 50 cals. And actually not the last one, I've got a few more bits which I've found from Car Guys. You've got some resin and hose joints, because as good as this ResiKit rotor thing is, and like I said, this is kit unto itself, and I think this may take me a month or 2 months just to build this alone, I reckon. I'll put a photo up, several photos up if I can, of the amazing plumbing and engineering that goes into this rotor. So it needs, you know, I've got some 90-degree joints, I've got metallic braided line, twisted line, I've even got some other different angled joints here, and I've got some knobs and stuff I might use for the cockpit. So there's a lot to go here, so hopefully I don't get swamped and waylaid. Painting and weathering. I think one of the biggest challenges for this project is, well, just let, you know, a photo says 1,000 words. Have a look at this. I mean, this is pretty much the dirtiest, most worn out military aviation subject you can think of. And even in 1/48 scale, it's going to be a really, really big challenge to get it right. You know, to turn this smooth plastic into something approaching the multi-layer of soot and grime and hydraulic leaks and the salt weathering and everything that's on it. And I actually think that painting and weathering this kit will take as long as it will to build the whole bloody thing. So stay tuned for that one. I have a cunning plan because I'm still not very confident with my painting and weathering. I think I'm barely average with my painting. So I've got a cunning plan to try to improve that as I go on through the year. Which may include an F14 or two in a smaller scale. I don't know what. I've got an idea of how to up my game as it is. Alright, filming. I'm using my overhead camera at the moment, and I have my, well, this isn't mine, this is Harry's. He gave it to me. Thank you very much, Harry. It's a very old iPhone 5S, I think it is, but an amazing camera on it. So how am I going to film all this? Well, like I said, I've got the overhead. I've got quite a few other rigs that I've set up last year that I'm really, really happy with, so I'm not worried about how to film it. It's about how I publish it that's going to be the thing. Now, I think this is going to take all year to build. I'm not being, you know, I don't have any sort of grandiose plans to get this finished by the end of February. You know, it's January 1st today. I mean, I would love to get it finished by the end of August for obvious reason. If we have any competitions, it'd be great to put this into my state competition, because I don't think, I'm very pessimistic about this year. I don't think we're going to have any interstate travel. I don't think we're going to have any international travel. So anyway, on the upside, yes, I think it's going to take all year. So therefore, the way I'm going to publish videos, I'm not just going to wait to the end of the year and publish one big long half hour piece. What I'm going to do is, once I've finished one of those sub-assemblies, so if I finish the rotor, I'll film it, and then once it's finished, I'll edit it, put it together, and I'll put it up on the channel. So, you know, this won't be a regular thing. It won't be every week I'll put up a video. It'll be like a month will go by and there's nothing, and then bang, there's one. And then it might be that it doesn't take long at all for me to paint the interior or to paint the figures, and you know, next week there's one up. So I just ask you to be patient. I'm really going to try to document the whole thing. I think it's going to be such a fun process, and I really hope you come along with me. So yeah, stick around for that. Now, for those of you who are new to my channel, and for those of you who haven't watched all my aircraft builds, I pretty much do every single aircraft kit in flight. I think I've only done one wheels down in 5 years, 3 years or something. And yeah, so the issue with the Super Stallion is, for most of the time, box art excluding, and when it's doing its refueling, it's wheels down, okay? And that's why I've started to build up the wheel wells. I normally have never built wheel wells, so this is going to be an interesting thing. So yeah, even though it's going to be wheels down, that's how it's normally displayed, I'm going to have it in the air, and that's going to be a real challenge. How do I do it? I've got a few acrylic rods here. I've got a round one, I've got a square profile one, and I've used acrylic rods in the past. I'm pretty familiar with how to do it. I'm thinking about putting one either in front of or next to the wheel wells, or in the bottom of the aircraft itself. But it leads to me the question of, actually, how am I going to pose this? And I've got a few ideas. I've put a few photos up. There's some pretty out there ones, you know, like it does carry other aircraft, so I could put a rod down through another aircraft, lifting it up. It carries, it's from time to time it's carried a shipping container, and yeah, a few other ideas. So there's, you know, there's some some interesting ones there. The other one I saw that I really like is a very extreme takeoff maneuver, where, you know, I'll see if I can put the video up. I think I've got video, or maybe just a photo, where it's got a real aggressive attitude when it takes off. I mean, the tail's pointing 45 degrees in the air, and you know, it's going to take up a lot of space whatever I do. I've got an even crazier idea, and we'll see if that one comes to pass. But it's not just that. It's not just how to you know, hide the fact that this is a static model that's in the air, but it's also the rotors. And I'll just move these out of the way to show you. But you've got to get the rotor tilt right. Okay. And I think the rotors, the blades on this kit, they have a little bit of droop in them, so I'm going to have to fix them, because the thing is, the whole rotor head and the rotors themselves, when you're in flight, have a different shape, have a different twist to that cone going forward. So that's going to have to be replicated. I have already done this on my Viper, my 1/35th scale Viper, so it's not something that's going to be, I mean, it's plastic. We're not talking about real hard modifications here, but it's something to keep in mind, and because some of these parts here are going to be fairly delicate, I have to take it very carefully. Alright, thanks for watching this introductory part. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope you're getting as excited as I am into getting to this kit. It's something that I've been dying to do. It's been sitting on the shelf, and I've been looking at it for years and going, okay, when are you going to bloody get this started, Chris? You know, stop being afraid of failing. Just get it done. So anyway, like I said at the start of this video, I said if I only finish this kit this year, I'll be happy, and I mean that. I really mean that. So I hope you come along for the ride and enjoy it with me. Feel free at any time, ask any questions, leave as many comments down the bottom there, and yeah, until next time, happy modeling, and I'll see you for part 2. Cheers.